Good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. This is Angela with another edition of Notes on the Newsfeed, where I read you headlines and give you my thoughts and perspective on the headlines or whatever they bring up for me. Some of these things, I've just read the headlines. I might have read the paragraph right after the headline, or I might have read or skimmed the entire article. So let's jump right in. And see what's going on, because you know the news feeds just keep right on rolling. And you can find all of these articles on my Twitter feed, Be Fabulous You. I'm going to load them up as soon as I can, and I'm also going to try to shoot a link into the description as soon as I get a chance to. But let's go. Study shows millennials are common targets for financial abuse. It's funny how predators target, young and weak, the young and the weak. So it's no surprise that young people would be targets of financial abuse. Living Trades Academy aims to train more skilled workers in restoring homes. This is coming off of Detroit Curve. So I'm not even familiar with this Living Trades Academy, but that sounds, productive. It's always good to know personally how to handle things around your home and to be of service to other people, because you always, need to be able to repair a home. It's always something going on with the home. Damon Wayans Jr. catches heat for calling July 4th Racist Ancestors Day. South Dakota now makes it legal to braid hair in your kitchen. Yay. Why are they regulating what I'm doing in my kitchen? I can't braid nobody's hair in my kitchen till they gave me permission. What's up with that, South Dakota? The next top model may be starring in season 10 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's Eva the Diva. I think that's what I read in that article. When worlds collide, you watch America's Next Top Model, you watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then they intersect. Black moms 3 times more likely to die in childbirth. Didn't we just see the other day how our infant mortality rate, I think this was specifically in Alabama, but I'd imagine it's not inconsistent throughout the country, is much higher than, it might have been 3 times higher than other people's infant mortality rate. That's terrible. Judge in Philando Castile case takes unusual step of penning letter to jurors thanking them for their service. Thank you. So didn't they not convict the police of killing Philando Castile? Oh, you were innocent. And then he went out of his way to thank the jury. Thank you for finding that man innocent. He just had such a hard time having to kill this innocent man. Dessalines in the 1804 Haiti massacre. I always like to hear about people who were involved with the Haitian Revolution other than, what's the one we always hear of? Toussaint Louverture. We always hear about Toussaint Louverture, but there were other people, and there's even a woman that was involved with it, and she was one of the people who did the ritualizing before, that said that this revolution, she did some spiritual work before. And I always want to, I keep reminding myself that I need to look up her name so that I can say that ancestor's name. South African Zulu dancers arrived at wrong school. I'm not quite sure why that was news, but it was. BBC does some weird, or I don't know if weird is the thing, but I guess their human interest stories or whatever is kind of like, okay, but I did like kind of look at the article. A year later, nothing has changed in the neighborhood where Alton Sterling was killed. Oh my God, it's such a shock and a surprise that America continues to be America. I mean, I'm so surprised. Wimbledon upstart Daniil Medvedev breaks down and throws money at umpire in bizarre protest. I don't watch tennis. I don't know. Did you hear anything about that in Wimbledon? Okay. it just seemed kind of interesting. Like, he out here throwing money? What's going on? Okay, Wimbledon champions will win more than $2.8 million as prize money skyrockets. A type of drug used by 50 million Americans has been linked to an increased risk of death. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I know these prescription drugs are supposed to be helpful, but to me, they just seem like they about death anyway. So I'm like, is that news that drugs are out here killing people? That's what they designed to do, right? Kill you and make you sick. The gender pay gap in the White House has risen dramatically under Trump. Shock of all shocks. I'm so surprised. I mean, this stuff is just so shocking and surprising. Freedom suit. Rachel versus Walker, 1836. Detroit father charged of erroneous charges of murdering, raping infant daughter. Lawyer says it nearly ruined his life. So this man's daughter is I guess, killed and raped. He gets accused of it, but the charges are erroneous. You know, it's always sad, to think that a parent could be involved with killing or hurting their child. But it's also sad to think that a parent could lose a child, and then when, they would want to be mourning, and when they are mourning, to have to also be dealing with being charged with the death of their child or the rape of their child or both. That's awful. So just prayers out to him. Twitter left high-profile revenge porn live for 30 minutes. Is this Black China Rob Kardashian stuff? I don't know what's going on with it. I haven't really followed it. Inspired by Beachgate, artists made a sand sculpture of Chris Christie lounging on the Jersey Shore. Y'all remember just the other day when he had closed the beaches down to the public because it was too expensive, the budget couldn't handle it. And then he had told the reporters that when they asked him, did he get any sun, that he didn't get any sun because he was too busy working hard for the people. He was working hard for the people. And then they had a picture of him out on the beach that he closed down to the people, enjoying it like it's a private beach, when he claimed he ain't getting no sun. Mm-hmm. So an artist, made a sculpture. And I guess that sculpture is permanent as the true stories of Chris Christie. An annual nuisance in England became a big problem for players at Wimbledon. Flying ants. Look, this is the third Wimbledon story on my newsfeed. I guess since Wimbledon is going on, it's big news coming out of Wimbledon right now. Wimbledon is still going on, or is it over? But it's still going on. NPR tweeted out the Declaration of Independence on July 4th. How cool. And Twitter went nuts. And some people were like, one of the tweets I saw, they were like, oh, so you're trying to incite a riot or something. And I'm like, because they tweeting out the Declaration of Independence. But, it's kind of like some of that stuff is so hypocritical that probably, when you see it, it probably, make people upset. Like, why are you saying that all people are created equal? Why are you saying that Black Lives Matter? This stuff is so inflammatory. Mm-hmm. Deadly journey. I don't know what that means. Father of slain graduate says her death was a hate crime, not road rage. I thought that at the beginning, but they did keep calling it a road rage incident. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe because
the chief of police said they're trying to minimize it.
Oh, but I thought it was a hate crime from the beginning. Mm-hmm. You thought so too? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Jeopardy introduces a stay woke category, and Twitter responds. So I think Jeopardy is known for their categories not exactly being what they appear to be. And I think what had happened is that Black Twitter saw, oh, Jeopardy has Stay Woke, and they thought it was going to be about, political consciousness and, don't let the man, fool you, stay woke. But it was about how to stay awake, like drink coffee. And so some people were disappointed. I think that's the impression I got. Republican Representative Steve Scalise, who was wounded in June shooting, remember at the baseball field where the Republicans were, and the guy came and said, are these Republicans, and shot him. Your pants are falling down. I can see you on camera. I can see you on camera. Oh, Lord. Who was wounded in June shooting is returned to hospital ICU, downgraded to serious condition. July 6, 1957, Althea Gibson won Wimbledon championship. Yay! Russian war monument turns out to be radioactive. And they said children used to go and play on it. United States apologizes for taking away a child's seat and giving it to someone on standby. I was very confused because they said the baby had to ride on the people's seat, but they had paid for a seat, like $1,000 for a seat for the child. But then somebody else showed up who had the same ticket, so they like, oh, well, I'm sorry. Even if you give me my money back, how does that compensate me? Maybe I don't want the child on my lap, and that's why I paid for a ticket. I don't understand. Amelia Earhart, does a blurry photo prove she died a Japanese prisoner? I saw this on my newsfeed twice, something about Amelia Earhart. Woman threatened after urinating on a U.S. flag on 4 July. Rapper 2 Chainz turns drugged in into HIV clinic. This trap house, the pink trap house, Pepto-Bismol pink, it continues to evolve. It's really fascinating. Big jump in African tourist. A man-made ingredient label for popular fruits. A man made a genius ingredient label for popular fruits and revealed why the term chemical-free is meaningless. And I thought they were like revealing like how when they be like, 100% pure orange juice, that's really bull because there are certain chemicals and certain processes that they do on food that they don't have to disclose to us. So that's what I thought this story was about. But it's about taking like a strawberry and breaking down the chemical names of certain ingredients and then being like, see, everything in nature is made out of chemicals. I wasn't really too crazy about, but anyway, I feel like that's some propaganda and that's some BS. A doctor has a simple name for the type of food she says is driving the obesity epidemic. I think it's processed foods like processed grains. I don't remember. That's what I got, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. You know how you see the young men who have their pants hanging down? That's all you saw. It's just my not so young male mother. But anyway, that's what I got for Notes on the Newsfeed. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing, and visiting. I'm Angela. The channel is Be Fabulous You. And remember, Fabulites, be you, be fabulous you.